Hi, my name is Jennifer. I'm a group exercise instructor and physical therapist, and today's class is a mat Pilates class, and we're going to be using a small ball. So a lot of these balls can be bought at like a dollar store, or if you have a small kid's ball around the house, you don't want it too big, like a big TheraBall, but something that's about this size at the smallest, and then it can be just a little bit bigger. You can modify some of the exercises without the ball, and I will always show you modifications for different levels. So listen to your body and only do what you can control. And let's get started. Grab your ball and roll yourself all the way down. And we're just going to start with resting the ball right on top of our thighs. So your legs are about hip distance apart. Get that pelvic floor in and that transverse pulled in flat, lengthen your spine. And as you curl, I want you to just roll your ball outward as far as you can towards your knees. Take a look at the stomach. It shouldn't have bulged out and gotten bigger. And then roll back down. And exhale as you push out. Inhale as you roll down. And just go at your own breath pace. So just doing a couple warm-ups for that core. Then we'll get more intense. Do one more. And grab that ball in your right hand. Put your left hand behind your head. Take that arm right down to the side of your body. Come up into a curl once you've got that core engaged. And I want you to side bend. Reach that ball as far as you can towards that foot. Come back center. Do it again. 3, 4, 5. Now reach across your body. You're going to push and come to the outside of your left knee. Pull back, push 2, push 3, push 4, and push 5. We're just going to switch, do a couple side bends, a couple rotations, and then we'll start. Side bending from here. Reach as far as you can towards that foot, center. Exhale 2, exhale 3, exhale 4, exhale 5. Bring that ball in, reach across. Push 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and release it down. Keep your ball in your hands. Reconnect through that core and come up into your ab curl position. Now level 1 on this one, we're going to be doing a ball pass behind our leg. So level 1, you would always keep one foot in contact with the floor at a time. And you're just going to circle from the outside in to grab that ball, making kind of a figure 8. Level 2, I want you to bring your feet up to that knee level, and now you're going to kind of gazelle it. So it's kind of a modified gazelle. So I'm pulling between those legs as I switch, switch, switch. And that other leg, I'm just barely tapping down on the floor. And if you can keep that belly compressed here and that feels stable, then you can straighten your legs out and go to level 3. So this is kind of a modified scissor. I'm going to still be passing behind those legs, but I've got one leg straight up, one leg straight out, parallel with the ground. My knees are locked if they're straight up here. So get those quads fired. Keeping mindful of that core. Take a look at the belly. Couple more. And pause and roll down. All right, so we're going to take the ball this time, and I want you to put it between your ankles. Okay, now we are going to do the 100, so I kind of take this back. Level 1 is between your knees, where you would keep your feet down. Level 2, you can bring that ball between your knees or your feet, okay, your ankles. Level 3 and 4, though, that ball does have to go out between your ankles. So level 3 is straight leg up, 4 straight leg lower down. Everybody reach through those hands, get that belly tight, pulled in, And pump, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give that ball a good squeeze. You are getting bonus inner thigh work here. Strong arms. Finish a breath. Bring it in, grab your ball, and roll down. Take a hold of one leg, roll yourself into sitting. And I want you to take your ball and put it between your knees. Okay, sit up nice and tall here. Half roll back, and then we're gonna do a prolonged hold back with a knee pulse so that we really get that inner thigh kicked in, okay? So your feet are actually hip distance apart on this half roll back today. So you can get a good squeeze on that ball, reaching forward. Get that belly back, pelvic floor up, hollow that belly towards your spine as you roll back and hold that position. Then I want you to take those legs and you're gonna squeeze and release on that ball. Okay, so just go at a pace that feels comfortable for you. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. Now I want you to pulse that a little bit faster. So pulse, 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 pulse. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Keep that core tight. Keep breathing. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And roll it up, give yourself a little break, sit up nice and tall. All right, we're gonna go back into that half roll back again, and we're gonna go back to a ball pass. So grab your ball out from between your knees. Mine has little nubs on it, and it's leaving little dents in my legs. I didn't think about that. All right, so you're gonna roll back. Hold that half roll back. I've got my ball, and I'm gonna go back to that leg pass underneath while I'm in this suspended position back here, okay? So pulling knee in towards that chest as you pass that ball underneath that leg. If that feels stable enough, you can straighten and try to fire your quad, okay? So that you get that nice long leg extension. Kick, kick, kick. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. See if you can pick your feet up, reach out with your ball and just hold it. If that feels okay, bring your feet to that knee level, keep holding. One more level if you can. Straighten those legs out. I am lightly tapping my feet with my ball. Release it down. Pull yourself up. All right, roll it back down to the mat. And that was a lot of flexion. So we're gonna counterbalance that with some extension work through the glutes and low back and hamstrings. You're gonna wanna take your ball and you're gonna put it back between your knees. And bring your feet in closer to you, about hip distance apart. Hands into the mat, shoulders back. Create that length in your spine, and we're gonna do a long series of bridges. So pressing your butt up, get that nice long line of your body here. If you can, I don't want you to touch down until we are completely done. So you're only releasing like maybe 80% of the way down before you would lift right back up again. If you need to place it down in between each rep, or you need to take a break at some point, do so and then just join back in, okay? So press up nice and tall, lower about 80% of the way. Squeeze and push. Squeeze and lift. Your pelvic floor will get a little help from gravity here right at the top. Really think about that belly compression to your spine. And you are squeezing that ball a little bit. You don't have to kill it here. Okay, just give that a little squeeze. Make sure that you're getting that bonus adductor work in. Push through those heels nice and strong. Lifting those hips up towards the ceiling. Keep going with singles. Now hold it at the top, pulses up, 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 up. So smaller movement, but just faster. Keep that core engaged. Still have that little bit of ball squeeze between the knees. Now hold your bridge. Pulse your knees together now. Squeeze your ball harder. In, 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 in. Your knees are squeezing, 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 squeezing. Like you're trying to pop your ball. Keep those hips up. Don't let them come down, okay? Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Go back to singles. One more set of everything. Lift up, partially on the way down. Up, almost, but not quite all the way down. Squeeze and push. Squeeze and push. Our glutes are pretty big muscles along with our legs, so they can take a lot of reps. So even though you're burning, you can keep pushing through that here. If you really do need that break, take it and then come back in. Hips high in the air, press, press. Hold it up and pulse, pulse, pulse. Up, up, up. Keep breathing, keep that core tight. Hold it up, knee pulse in, 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 in. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Almost there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it all the way down for the first time. Grab that ball, pull those knees into your chest, in and out a few times, loosening that back up. And you should have felt that whole backside there. All right, now we're gonna take our ball and we're gonna put it underneath our pelvis, okay? So right underneath our sacrum. So you are gonna push back into your bridge. You're gonna tuck your ball right in between, like right at the top of your butt, okay? It is not in your low back, okay? So make sure that it's below that. So if you feel your waist and you can feel the tops of that pelvis there, It needs to be in that pelvis, right in the backside, right on that sacrum, really. All right, and then this gives us an unstable surface. So it's gonna be a little bit harder to balance, so your core has to work harder. So I'm gonna stay in this on the floor position. We're gonna go back to going into a march with one leg at a time. Once you've got that core set, I'm gonna start here. And if that feels stable, then we are gonna keep progressing this, okay? But just try a few here, get a feel for that ball. My back is in alignment here. I'm not letting my low back like sag into the floor. I've gotta keep that up and supported. And if that feels okay, level 2, again, feet come up to knee level, and I'm gonna lower now and tap the floor. Now, here's where you can make each level more difficult by what you do with your arms. If I take my hands off the floor, it's less in contact with the floor, so it's harder. If I take my arms completely off the ball, again, I don't have as much to stabilize and you might start to wobble, and that's okay. If you do, what I want you to do is get stabilized first then again before you start to move. Okay, so if you're falling all over the place, you either have to put your elbows back down or your hands back down or drop down in a leg level. If this feels like you can control it, even if your elbows or hands are down, I'm gonna go to level 3. I'm gonna straighten my legs out and lock my knees. And now I'm gonna go back to that leg lower. Again, I can make this more difficult by taking my hands off or taking my arms off. And you are balancing on that ball. There's no right or wrong for speed, okay? So the faster you go is not necessarily better, especially if you are not controlling it and looking super stable. If you're flopping all over the place, you are not controlling that. Couple more. Finish one more on each leg. And now we've got another option here. If you're already up here in level 3, you're gonna try to do a double leg lower and pull back up. Again, I can leave my arms up, elbows, full arm. If I'm level 2 with my legs, same thing, hands down, elbows or no arms, I'm gonna try to tap both down. Now, level 1, if you want to start to try to pick up your feet, do it. Just keep them real close to your body, and maybe you don't tap the floor. Maybe you do just a couple inch movement, and that's what you can control. As you're lowering those legs, your belly should not bloat and pop. So if you're not sure what's going on there, put your hands on your belly and feel what's going on. Like I feel like mine's getting a little harder to control right at that spot I just hit. So I'm not gonna go any lower than that today. Tomorrow, my body might be different. So you have to listen to what your body's telling you right now. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Do 2 more. 1 more. Bring it up, lower your feet down, come off your ball, grab it, and just shake that spine and back out, and that pelvis. All right, we're gonna do single leg stretch with the ball today, and the ball's just gonna force you to try to bring it up a little further into a curl. So full single leg stretch, I'll show first, and then I'll show you how to modify. I'm gonna be up in my ab curl. My feet are gonna come back to my knee level. I'm gonna stretch one leg out as the other one comes in. And then I'm taking my ball and I wanna reach as far out on my foot as I possibly can. So it forces you to pull that knee and your forehead closer together, and I'm gonna switch. So yes, it feels like a little bit of a prop on this one, but because you're reaching towards your foot, it's gonna force you to go a little bit farther than maybe you would if you were doing just your hands with your single leg stretch. Okay, so there's your reach, exhale, exhale. Now I can modify to level 1 and do just a single leg lift from there, pulling that knee really close into my head, reaching that ball down that foot, okay? So pick your level, exhale, exhale. Take a look at your stomach here. You've got a good view. See if you can get that ball way out there. Four more, 3 more, 2, 1, bring it in and roll down. Take a hold of one leg, roll yourself back into sitting. We're just gonna hold the ball as a little bit of a prop on this one, and we are gonna add some rotation, so I'm just gonna use it to try to like tap the floor on this one. So we're gonna go back into a half roll back with a twist, okay? So keep those knees together this time on this one, feet flat. Get that belly back, pelvic floor up. I want you to take that ball, extend it out, roll yourself back and hold. And I want you to twist, try to tap that ball down, come up, twist, tap the other side. Do not let your legs shift. So like if I turn sideways a little bit so that you can see, I don't want this like knee opening and this one knee going farther out than the other as you're twisting. They should stay together and no movement there as you twist, okay? So we're gonna do twist, twist, twist. Getting those obliques to fire. Keep those knees squeezed together. Couple more. 2, 1. Bring it up. Pull yourself forward. All right, now let's bring ourselves all the way around onto our stomachs. Get a drink if you need to on the way around. All right, we're gonna give our legs a little bit of a break, and we're gonna really dig in and get some lats and some triceps with this ball. So you're gonna come down to your stomach. Legs are gonna stay about hip distance apart. And I'm gonna have to scooch myself forward on my mat because I've got enough movement on this, and you'll kind of see what I mean in a second. But you're gonna be laying down and your arms, I don't know if you can see, your hands are gonna be on the ball. So my ball is actually kind of right underneath my wrists, all right? And then from there, once you have your core set, you are going to push into the ball as you roll yourself back into some extension. So if my ball is at my wrist, it's kind of the easier place for it because you don't extend very high. If you have more back extension than that, then you want to start your ball up higher towards your elbow or mid-forearm so that as you roll back, you have more extension because you can roll farther with that ball, okay? So you might have to adjust even more once you do the first few to figure out where your limit is. Now this is not a passive stretch. Once you get up there, it's not like I'm stretching my back and my belly is a big blob and I'm not doing anything. Your core has to stay tight on this, okay? So you're gonna get lats, which is a big back muscle, and you're also gonna get some tricep. So that lovely little piece of that arm right under here. So find your position that you wanna try with your ball. Legs extended, tighten your quads, core set. Roll back, pushing into that ball. Drop those shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then release back, forward, and out. Drag back, push into that ball, and forward. Do it again. I'm gonna take off my watch because I keep rolling over my ball. Breathe. Again, even though your legs are not moving, they should be really, really, really tight right now. Squeeze your buns. And again, listen to your back. If it doesn't want to go very far, you keep it within a range that's comfortable for your spine. Really think about pushing into that ball. Again, you're trying to kind of pop it into the floor. So really get that pressure. Push, 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 push into it. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And release, and we're not done with our back extension. Grab your ball, put it in one hand overhead. Lift that heart and chest up. You're gonna reach behind you, try to grab your ball, and come back forward and tap. Reach behind you, pass your ball, overhead tap. Back extension, pass your ball, and reach. Pass, tap, pass, tap. If you want to make it a little harder, lift your legs up and hold those up the whole time. Your knees are locked if your legs are off the ground. Firing your quads, squeezing those glutes and hamstrings, holding those legs up. Be mindful of your breath here. It's very easy to want to hold your breath and bear down when we're on our stomach, exercising our core. Please don't hold your breath or bear down. 2 more. 1 more. And release it down. Shake that back out, just shake those hips out. All right, come to your side. You're gonna take your ball and you're gonna put it behind your knee, okay? So you're gonna hug it into your body with your calf into your hamstring. And then I want you to come on down. You can extend that bottom leg or keep it bent. I don't care, whichever is more comfortable for you. Get that belly tight. Now here's what I want. I want you to stack your hips and shoulders, which means right now I'm kind of side bent into the floor, right? My waist is kind of right in the side there. So I want to be able to lift that up and hold some air under there so that I really work that whole bottom side of my trunk and waistline and rib cage as I'm laying here. So it keeps my spine in neutral. Hip stacked, shoulder stacked. Now, top leg. I want you to think about lifting that knee and your foot in the same level straight up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the ball squeezed in tight. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Be careful it doesn't morph into a clamshell. 16, 17, 18, waist up, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 more. 2, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29. Hold. Now, I want you to bring your knee forward a little bit and push back. So your hip is flexing a little and extending a little. Flex, extend, flex, extend. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, keep that waist up, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, hold, and grab that ball and let it go. Okay, we're gonna stay where we're at. We're gonna shift gears. We're gonna work both that outer thigh abductor area and inner thigh adductor on our side today. So you can just kind of keep your ball handy, okay? Just put it wherever. Top leg now is gonna come in front of your body, and you're gonna put your foot down, and that's just gonna kind of hold you as a prop, like just to help balance you out there. Now, if you can keep your hips stacked and get your knee down to the floor, you can. I cannot. It'll drag me forward. I just don't have enough mobility in that hip. So I've got to keep my foot planted and my knee is off the ground, okay? But if you can get it there, that's totally fine. Again, I am going to core set. Now, I'm not going to be so much lifted through the waist here to allow more movement in that bottom leg this time around. So your bottom leg is what's going to work now. You're going to lift, keeping that leg pushed strong through your heel, pull your toes towards you, and then almost all the way down, but not all the way again, kind of like that bridge we did. So lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, core set, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Hold. Slight points in your foot. Circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. And place that leg down. Okay, so we're gonna give that hip area just a little break before we come around to do the other side. And we are gonna do some tricep push-ups. So to finish off some of that arm work that we started with that ball, with those lat pulls. Now tricep push-ups, your fingers are forward, but your hands are right underneath you, and as you lower yourself down, your elbows are gonna swipe the sides of your body and push back up, okay? So think about being in a very, very narrow hallway or up against two walls, and they don't let your elbows fly out to the side. Keep them tucked in, okay? So you have the choice of doing toes or knees. So if I'm on my toes, I'm here, If I'm on my knees, I'm here. I can back off one more level to my hands and knees in a tabletop and shoot my elbows towards my knees. So I'm gonna start on my feet. I'll probably have to modify down to my knees today. Get yourself in your position. Get that core set nice and tight. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a break. We're gonna do one more set before we flip around and do that other leg. Okay, here we go. Pick your position, pick your level, and we're gonna do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, other side. So we've got that other adductor, other outer thigh abduction. But to do, come on down. Take that ball, put it behind you. So squeeze that calf right into that hamstring. So you get that bonus activity back there at the same time you're doing your leg lifts. Hips stacked, shoulders stacked. Get some air under the waist, so hold that up so that those lats and intercostals, everything, obliques have to work really hard. Straighten or bend that bottom leg, I don't care which, and lift. 1, 2, 3. And again, it's not a clamshell, don't drop your heel. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Keep that core set. Little bit of hip flexion, little extension. It's like you're sliding on a tabletop. 2, 3, 4, 5, no back movement. 6, just your hips moving. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Keep that knee in alignment with that hip. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You're almost there. 10 more. 10, 9. Keep that waist up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Grab that ball and release it. Bring that leg in front of your body. Either foot down or knee down if you can get your knee down and it does not drag your hips forward. Okay, so keep that back and pelvis up against an imaginary wall. Push through that bottom heel and let's get that inner thigh. Toes pulled towards you, quad set. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Pulses at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Hold, slight point, circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Other direction. 1, 2, 3. Almost there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold and release. All right, that was good outer and inner thigh work today. Now we're gonna burn your quads a little bit more. So front of your thigh. I want you to bring yourself up and around. Take your ball, and you're gonna put that between your knees again, just off of the floor. Okay, so right between those thighs, and we're gonna be in a tabletop position. All right, so come on down. Tuck your toes underneath you. We're gonna do leg pull front prep with adductor pulses. So once we're lifting our knees off the mat, you're gonna pulse those knees in on that ball. So again, we get bonus inner thigh work. So once you're in your tabletop, no severe flexion, no saggy extension. Find your neutral and then hold, belly tight to your spine, pelvic floor in, tuck your toes, lift your knees. Should look like a perfect little table. Then pulse your knees together. In, 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 in. Pulses in, down. Get off your wrists if you need to take a break. We've got 2 more sets of that, so we're gonna do 3 total, and I'm just counting to 50 in my head, so you might get more, you might get less pulses, it's not a big deal. Hands down, tabletop position, knees under those hips, tuck your toes, core set, lift your knees, and pulse. 50 and lower. We've got 1 more. All right, here we go. Last one of this. Lift those knees, get in that tabletop, strong core, pulsed. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Grab your ball. That's always a nice combination of inner thigh plus quads on that one. All right, now we are gonna be in standing to finish, so come on up. We're gonna go back to a ball pass, but this time we're gonna be in a really deep lunge, okay? So what I want is I want one leg forward, the other leg back behind you, up on the ball of your foot if you can balance there. Now, if that doesn't work, you can toe out a little bit and go flat into your foot if you need to, but you have to keep that front knee aligned forward with those feet and that hip. I don't want it rolled inward, so really be aware of that knee angle, okay? So whether you're on the ball of your foot or foot flat, get down as low as you can. If you can, get that thigh pretty parallel with the floor. And you are gonna pass around your shin. Now, if you need to modify, I'm gonna pass around my thigh. But if you can, Getting yourself forward into this really long diagonal line of your body. I'm going to pass around my shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Core is set. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Pause. You're going to try to tap the floor and bend your knee a little farther. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold. You're going to pass your ball the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Core set. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Hold. Reach for that floor again. Pulse your knee down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Push it up. And other leg. All right. Last one. Get yourself on the ball of that foot. Get yourself low if you can, as low as you can. Again, listen to your body and your knee. You can pass around here if you need to. Get yourself in that really long line in your body. Right up through the top of your head. And pass 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get that core tight. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Pulse that knee and reach towards the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pause. 20 the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push and up. Put your ball down. Let's stretch. All right, take a deep breath in, fold in half. Let that upper body dangle. You can clasp forearms on each other or grab forearms behind your shins if you would like. Walk your hands forward a little bit, walk your feet backward. I want you to come into a down dog. Drop those heels into the floor, drop that chest, lift your sit bones. Drop forward into a plank. Lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Coming up to forearms for a back stretch and belly stretch. You can also press hands into the floor, lock your elbows, relax through your belly. Release down, reach back for a foot, stretching out that quad. And just take some slow, deep breaths. Switch to the other foot. And release that. Go ahead and bring it around onto your back. We are going to stretch a little deeper through that inner thigh, that adductor. So come on down. We are going to do it in this position. Okay. So I'm just gonna extend my right leg because that's the one closest to the camera so that you don't get a nice shot at my shorts. So I'm gonna drop my left knee out to the side. If that's enough stretch, stay there. You can also start to bring it up, open up through there. I'm gonna extend my leg and grab a hold of my foot with my same hand. So if you have left leg up, left arm, do not cross over because it won't work. And then I'm gonna drop that out to the side, keeping my heart up, my shoulders back into the mat. So creating length in the limb that's on the floor, creating length in the limb that's extended out to the side. Release that leg in. Go ahead and extend that out. You're gonna switch to your other leg. I'm just gonna flip myself around here though. And other leg. Grab where you feel like you can and drop that out to the side. Keeping that pelvis centered. Relax your belly and breathe. And release that. In. Bend your knees, cross one ankle over, pull that in. Let's get the other side of that hip. You can kind of grab that knee and ankle area to help control that a little bit more as opposed to reaching through or grabbing that bottom knee. You can cradle that in if you wish, if you've got that mobility. You should feel that in through that hip and butt. Release that, switching to the other leg. Grab a hold of that top knee and ankle so that you can control that leg a little better with your arms. You can totally wrap those forearms and cradle that in. Go for it. Release that out. Roll yourself up. Sit up nice and tall. Let's get that tricep stretch. So reach one arm up, reach down that spine, take a hold of that elbow, give it a little tug, and then see if you can lean away from that, keeping those sit bones glued into the floor. Release that, reach over a little farther, get deeper down into those lats. Other side tricep, reach down that spine. Keep that heart and head lifted. Lean away a little. Release and extend farther over to the side, opening up that rib cage. Take it center, take a deep breath in, out. One more time, inhale, exhale. And you guys are all done. Thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope you liked the ball.